So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Showing off the quick feet that time and getting forward for a pickup of 3 yards. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Second and 7. Option play. Here's Pollard. Shreds the tackle. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Going to run again here with Pollard. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
When you talk about this Jets defense,
well, they've certainly had their struggles against the run. The 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like this a workhorse, except he carried the ball all the time. Now they get it to him a variety of ways, but you're right. They want to run their offense through him.
Play action this time with Love. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set them up first and goal. They go bootleg. Love.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
Flashed a nifty move, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal. Love now. Pollard here once again, back-to-back catches. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. From the 5-yard line, will this opening drive yield 6? This is third and goal. Love. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. Fourth down. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Love to throw for it on fourth. Touchdown! Tony Pollard with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And that makes the score 7-0.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
At their own 23. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson.
And he will slide down, but a penalty marker down. And this may be all for naught. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down.
And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked up by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker.
And this one will be returned to right. Yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Following the interception, Love. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Pollard will take it up the gut. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Throwing. Love. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. They'll run with Pollard. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Wilson to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
The Jets at 4-11 on the year. They come in the midst of a season-crushing losing streak. It's up to 9 games now.
And this is a team that has not shown much consistency during this losing streak because they've never really looked like they've been ready to play. You question their motivation. You wonder what's going on with them. And I don't have a PhD in psychology, but the body language, it's awful.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Trying to lay one up deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going to work for them.
They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. To throw now, here's Love. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Love's throw into the hands of Fant. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
On the draw, it's Pollard. Oh, good move. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. Here's Pollard again. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 55 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. For a lot of people, the MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week, and they're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. There's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Jets are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Wilson will throw again. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Now it's Wilson. Yeah, he'll find Hall. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Jets are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Play fake. Here's Love. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be caught downfield by Fant. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And not a very good return at all as he won't even get this back to the 15. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to. This is intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime, But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Now Wilson on 1st down.
Looking deep here for Mechie.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. And they're going to speed things up here.
Well, Wilson going to change things up here.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
This ball caught by Mechie.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now it's Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Cowboys will take over here just shy of the 30.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It's a gain of 35.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On play action. Love to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the 3rd. That right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
And you start to think if it's going to happen for these guys, it's got to start with this drive. Down 3 scores, they need to start making some inroads. And that'll help the cause there as they pick up good yardage and a 1st down.
Option play, here's Hall.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. They'll run with Hall.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
That's good for the Jets. First down. First and 10 at the 42.
In motion right, that's Wilson.
On first and 10, Wilson.
He dumps this one off here to Hall.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's second down. Here's Wilson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
To throw is Wilson. Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Down. Shot. 17.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Love now. He's going to float this one deep right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. 46 yards. And the Cowboys are closing in on that 16-0 record as they add on to their lead. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead is now 24.
31, Jets 7.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Aubrey now for the point after.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Jets 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. On second down, a run with Hall. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And this offense on third down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Wilson. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side, and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the Cowboys will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And a short gain down to about the 33. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Trying to run forward, Pollard. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Here we go, set.
Now a give here to Pollard. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Running right, it's Pollard. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
A good solid run there as we head towards the home stretch of this game.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Now Pollard. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So how about the season, Charles, that he continues to put together? That's now 25 rushing touchdowns on the year. That's getting into some very rarefied territory.
Yeah, it made you and I do a little extra homework prior to this one in anticipation because that one moves him past John Riggins with 24. He draws even with Emmitt Smith at 25 in 1995. Next up, Priest Holmes and Sean Alexander with 27. And the guy on top, LT, LaDainian Tomlinson, the Hall of Famer, he had 28 in 2006.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got daylight.
Garrett Wilson.
A big play there on the catch and run. 81 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. That escape, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed, I did, my good man. Point after, right down the middle, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll run with Pollard. Dances by him, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
123 yards rushing now for the ball game on 24 carries.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll run. Here's Pollard.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh?